Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Shem Yakokwadash. Of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders, great millstone. Let me tilt this. All right. Who deserve double honors, salutations. Also go out to the fellow Akim out there around the highway, on the highways and byways, pushing this truth, all honesty and sincerity. All right. Trying to wake up the remaining, hopefully, like this is Nama to DC camp. And much has been said about the situation with, and yes, I'm going to bring it back up because this is important. Because a lot of you men out there, especially you betas, all right, you just let these women just run all over you, all right? You got to understand, you're actually dealing with spirits here, all right? And this young lady here, Melanie King, all right, she goes in on the situation with Will Smith and his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, all right. I had always, when it came to Jada Smith, just with me, it was something about her eyes that always just, you know. And then I thought about something years ago the wrestler Tony Atlas said when it comes to acting. And he made a good point. He said in order for, because back in the days when he came in like the mid-70s, you know, started wrestling. And he said then you had to, when you would do your promos, you get up there and, you know, try to pump up the crowd. We all know it's all fake and everything, but the point being, he said, in order for that to come through, and for those in the audience to be able to pick up on the part that you play, he said that had to be in you. All right, first of all, he said, nowadays you got college kids writing scripts for you and stuff. He said, no, but this came from you back in the day. And that's in general, you know, when you think about method acting and stuff like that, some people will say, well, you know, you're channeling spirits and all that. But think of the roles some of these actors have done. Think about Anthony Hopkins with Hannibal Lecter. That actually came through. So that means that was in him. Think about Denzel Washington, Training Day, you know, his character, which was based, believe it or not, on a real actual cop in LA. All right. All these great parts, you know, that had to be in them in order for them to bring them out. And my point in bringing this up is with Jada Pinkett Smith, I remember the part she played, if anybody remembers, the Fox series called Gotham. And in that series, she played a character called Fish Mooney. Hey, you gotta check that out. That was her. Okay, that's the real her. That's all I'm gonna say. But back to this, especially that part where she made Penguin kiss her feet. Ugh. Anyway, Melanie King drops bombs. All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna let this play for a long time, but just remember this. When we bring up scriptures like Sirach, chapters 24 through 26, we bring up King Lemuel, you know, Proverbs 31st chapter. Scriptures like this, Ecclesiastes 7th chapter, King Solomon, now, which I'm going to get, don't worry. But just think about those when you're hearing this and what this whole did. And she's going to break it down for you. Let's go.
Jada Pinkett is a zealous actress.
Wow.
Let's be clear, without Will Smith, that would be for the streets.
Oh, I just don't really feel like.
How do you feel Will Smith handled the entanglement? And then he slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars because Chris Rock made a joke about Jada, which was not related to the entanglement, just an unrelated joke.
It was related.
What? The
Well,
G.I.
first
Jane.
of all, like August Alsina, she met him through her son.
Yeah.
That was her son's friend, and she had an entanglement, an affair.
Keep saying entanglement.
And from from what I understand, she brought Will Smith on Red Table Talk to discuss it.
Yeah.
So she was a G, she was the man, and he started crying about it as they discussed me getting piped down by our son's friend.
And it's like Chris Rock said in his stand-up. Why would you do some dumb shit like that? But you got to remember, which they're going to get to, she started that shit.
And
Yeah, that was sad. That was sad to see Will like that. You know what I mean? It's like you almost get caught up in the fact, you know, with all the stuff that's happening, all the jokes and everything, you get caught up. I think Melanie does a really good job here of breaking down the simplicity and the reality of what actually happened. And, you know, she does it in her own fashion. So those of y'all that didn't get enough from the Chris Rock special going in, or the Marlon Wayans special going in, where do you get a load of Melanie? Going in, where do you get a load of Melanie?
man, and he started crying about it as they discussed me getting piped down by our son's friend.
Mm-hmm.
And it made him soft, and a lot of women, some women thought this was great and open and emotional, but men, like, he lost all respect. I loved Will Smith.
So did
I apologize. Salakia. Oh, boy.
But men, like, he lost all respect. I loved Will Smith.
so did I, man.
Yeah, we all did.
Like,
That hurt me to the core. He's Will Smith. He did Men in Black, bro.
what?
Men in Black.
What?
Men in Black, bro.
That hurt.
But what if he's just
It was
hurt?
crazy.
Shout out to King Riches. Men in Black, bro.
I don't care if he's
But what
hurt.
if he's hurt?
Why is your
Like,
wife?
he's been married.
Now listen, you getting piped down. You been a whore. Why are you bringing?
It's an Independence Day, bro.
Now listen, you getting piped down. You been a whore. Why are you bringing your husband to interview him about what do you think about me taking straight from our son's friend?
Son's
That's
friend,
so
you know.
disrespectful.
Son's friend. Son's friend.
That's
And
disrespectful.
he went on there and allowed himself to be asked about this.
Humiliated.
And then he cried.
He's a good man, though.
But are we
No, he's
saying
not
that-
a good
are we
man.
saying-
He's weak.
But it's the narrative that
And
men
a
shouldn't
simp-
cry. I'm just so
Beta
confused.
weak.
Simp.
Emotional. Beta. Nope. He pimped himself. No man wants. What? He's a good man. That's not a good man.
I don't.
Your wife gets piped down by your son's friend. She's for the street. Just be clear. Jada Pinkett is a Z-list actress.
Wow.
Let's be clear. Without Will Smith, that would be for the streets.
Oh, I just don't really feel like.
I don't give a good goddamn what you
so,
feel. These are the
okay.
facts of Hollywood
It's so
because I
okay.
studied it and I worked in the industry. She is a bottom of the barrel, has no roles. Will Smith is an A-top actor.
Exactly.
She's got a point. As someone in the industry, there are lists. There are lists. And Jada Pinkett, you know, she's had a good career being the wife of Will Smith. But as far as like solo accomplishment, it's like, you know, the fact that Chris Rock brought up her playing G.I. Jane, that actually would have been a great idea. It would have been a challenge. It would have been something for her to do. It would have been something more fulfilling, something to sink her teeth into. As of now, she really hasn't had that. But let Melanie cook.
Will Smith is an A-top actor.
Exactly.
She was so thirsty in her narcissistic rage. I must humiliate my husband publicly.
Wish she did. Yeah.
Has Will Smith done that about women he's been with?
No.
No, she's a straight up whore.
I just feel like
And
this.
she can, oh no. Oh, this is public.
Ew.
Everybody agrees with me. Oh no, I put this out so y'all ain't
But
gotta say
it's
nothing.
true, though.
I don't give a good goddamn what you feel. I'm telling you, she's a whore.
Melanie wants the smoke, bruv. She ain't playing with y'all out here, man. I don't know. I don't think y'all know. She going hard.
And she has no respect. She deserves no respect, and she's for the streets. Not only that,
Oh.
How many examples do we have a black man and a black woman as a married couple that we can look up to?
But would you say the same thing about Will if he cheated on her?
No. We're not doing hypothetical.
No, but
We're
would you-
doing
but would you though?
We're dealing with
No,
reality.
but
I don't do
what it
hypothetical.
actually is though.
She's a fucking whore.
Okay. Can I say something?
But,
Don't play with me.
and even if we do
The
play,
entire
listen,
world
hold on,
agrees.
Melanie. Even if we did play your game, think about that. If
Sick of this.
Will done what?
Disrespect.
Hold on.
Oh, you wouldn't be nothing without him.
Hold on. If Will done what Jada done, imagine that. Will slept
Y'all
with
would crucify him.
Willow's friend. He would be
Yeah.
cancelled.
Yeah, okay, that would be wild.
There would be
Right,
no,
fair.
there would be no red table
That would
talk.
be-
There would be
that-
no talk.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a
Like,
meme.
I
It
gotta
wouldn't be a joke.
understand.
He might even go jail.
That's
They
it. I
wouldn't
didn't
find a
go
way
jail.
to put him in prison.
True say.
Right.
That's very
When you
wild.
when you are a married woman,
But they were also
listen,
in an
one
open
thing,
relationship. Let's
I
also
don't give
remember
a
that.
good guy. You didn't know the public knew.
We were informed though that they were in an open
Because she's a
relationship.
whore and she decided she needed clout. Her acting skills are below subpar.
But let's focus on
Damn.
let's
No.
focus on the thing.
If your acting skills are below subpar, get the Fawcett Media acting course, video course in the description. Back to the video.
Why does she need red table talk to embarrass her husband?
Totally.
You can interview people, you can do whatever you do. You have your husband crying about you taking straight from your son's friend.
He was
that
losing his
he
mind.
was eating her
Damn.
in her throat. And she's advertising this for the. See, we talk about we slept
For clout.
together. It was an entanglement. No, let's talk about he came in your throat, throat baby. You actually by your son's friend.
Throw baby.
No, because we
Yo,
leave.
no, it-
Trying to give it to you.
was
No.
wild. It was wild.
Because
It
we
was wild.
use
It
this
was wild.
clean up language.
It was wild.
But let's talk about how she knew she had a whole husband. This young man. She was letting him hit the back of her throat.
Can I ask you a question, Lee?
And she was taking that D from behind. She was letting him violate her innards.
But why are you so enraged?
Yeah, like why are you so pressed?
Because
Why?
when you are a black couple that's been married a long time, we don't have many of y'all.
But we can't be like,
And we respect.
That's an important fact.
Yeah, but you know that's the way Hollywood rolls. You know, it's full of witchcraft. Because what? Those small hats run that, and they're all about witchcraft. If you ever can get the stomach to read that Talmud, all right, get into that Kabbalah, that Jewish mysticism crap, all right. Yeah. But what is she describing here? All right. I'm going to go ahead and get these scriptures and I'm going to tell you what this is about. Let's see. Ecclesiastes 7, and I'm going to start at 25. I applied mine, this is King Solomon. So I applied, the preacher. So I applied mine heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things and to know the wickedness of folly. This is what Jake is all about. All right, folly. All right, even of foolishness and madness. Look at the hood. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Oh. So this is why Will Smith was given this woman. You know, he had a wife before. And whatever happened there, you know, hey. But he got with this one. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account. 28, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Damn. Let's go to Proverbs 31, the words of Lemuel, the words of King Lemuel. of the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. All right, let's go to the Apocrypha real quick. Sirach, or Ecclesiastes chapter 25. Verse 25, it says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. What do you think this feminism was about? And the so-called black woman, oh man, you gotta wonder, what does she see in that? Independence. What? I don't need no man. At the encouragement of guess who? That Gloria Steinem, that bitch. Let's look her up real quick. Let's just see. There's something really funny here. Let's see. I just want to check something out. I know it. I just want you to see it. Steiner. Could it be? Is an American journalist and social political activist who emerged as a nationally recognized leader of second wave feminism in the United States in the late 60s and early 70s. Guess who she was set up by? Steinem was a columnist for New York Magazine and a co-founder of Miss Magazine. In '69, Steinem published an article, After Black Power, Women's Liberation, which brought her national attention and positioned her as a feminist leader. Look at the title of that. After Black Power, Women's Liberation. And you couldn't see through that? In '71, she co-founded the National Women's Political Caucus, which provides training and support for women who seek elected and appointed offices in government. Also in '71, she co-founded the Women's Action Alliance, which until '97 provided support to a network of feminist activists and worked to advance feminist causes and legislation. In other words, breaking up the family, specifically our people's families. In 2005, Steinem, Jane Fonda, and Robin Morgan co-founded the Women's Media Center, an organization that works to make women visible and powerful in the media. All right, that's something else I want you to see, early life. Steinem was born on March 25, 1934 in Toledo, Ohio, the daughter of Ruth and Leo Steinem. Her mother was Presbyterian, mostly of German, including Prussian, and some Scottish descent. Her father was Jewish, the son of immigrants from Württemberg, Germany, and Radziecki, Poland. Look at there. Her paternal grandmother, Pauline Perlmutter Steinem, was chairwoman of the Educational Committee of the National Woman Suffrage Association, a delegate to the 1908 International Council of Women, and the first woman to be elected to the Toledo Board of Education. Let's see what else. I want to see if they're going to say it, because I want you to see it in writing. All right? She attended Waite High School and Western High School. She then attended Smith College, an institution with which she continues to remain engaged, from which she received her A.B. Magnum Cum Laude and graduated as a member of Phi Beta Kappa. In 57, Steinem had an abortion. All right. Let's see. Keep going down. They won't spend too much time on this, but I want them to say it. Okay, journalism. Okay, let's see. Come on now. Let's see. Hugh Hefner. No. Come on, come on, come on. Damn it. Looks like they give... It's like I'm just going to have to type it in because they're going all around it. Activism, all right. It may say it here. Vietnam War. Let's see. Equal Rights Amendment. Testified before the Senate. Shirley Chisholm. Nope. Shit. They're not going to say it. Wait a minute. Okay, they did. Despite her influence, I'm going to start right here, in the feminist movement, Steinem also earned criticism from some feminists as well who questioned whether she was committed to the movement or using it to promote her glamorous image. The Red Stockings also singled her out for agreeing to cooperate with the CIA-backed Independent Research Service. Researching what? It was also acknowledged that Steinem worked as a CIA agent when this operation was taking place. They said it. That's what I was waiting on. Slovakia. So let's get back to this. Alright. And I'm going to show you something else.
That's an important fact. We don't have many good examples of a healthy, strong relationship in the public eye. Those markers that we could have so people could attain, they could point towards.
And that was by design.
We don't have that. And so it becomes personal at that point. It becomes an issue for the community as a whole if you don't have that. And it's society. You know what I mean? These strong relationships, especially seeing a black couple like that. They've been married for over 20 years and, you know, they were a fixture. That's gone now. That's done.
Yep. Over with.
Will Smith. We didn't care about you. Any woman Will Smith was with, we loved. It was about Will Smith, but she needed clout. And to talk about whatever your arrangement is.
Keep it between yourselves. It's true.
And then he's so emotional. He slapped.
But he was very
and that's not the only thing. That's not the only thing. Remember, she done the other Red Table talk where she was with Gwyneth Paltrow and the daughter and the grandmother talking about we wasn't pleasing her in the bed.
Oh my God!
Disrespectful.
Yeah. No, just so you know,
about that.
she's
I did a reaction video to that before. I done a reaction video to that before. That was crazy.
Oh my God! Just so you know,
Yeah,
after all this has happened, guess what Jada Pinkett Smith is doing? Well, she's writing a tell-all memoir about about her marriage to Will Smith and her relationship with Tupac.
Of course, she's got to talk
who
about.
she's in love with.
Gotta talk about Pac.
When she's your friend, she's my enemy. You're my enemy.
She's not my friend.
No, if you ride for her,
You know what I'm saying?
No, she messed up. What she did was wrong.
Wrong?
On so many
no,
levels.
she's a Jezebel of the highest order, and if a man did this with.
Let's stop there because she hit the nail on the head. This is a Jezebel spirit you're dealing with. Alright, so let's get that. Alright. This is the 10 characteristics of the Jezebel spirit. Alright. Alright. Number 1. Jezebel's ultimate goal is always control. Control. The Jezebel spirit is always motivated by its own agenda, which it relentlessly pursues. 2. The Jezebel spirit attacks, dominates, and manipulates, especially male authority. Queen Jezebel usurped political authority of the kingdom. This spirit's ultimate goal is to conquer or neutralize the prophet because a discerning leader is its greatest enemy. Alpha male. Jezebel causes fear, flight, number 3, fear, flight, and discouragement. This spirit often causes a spiritual leader to flee from his appointed place by character assassination and ruining his reputation. 4. People under Jezebel's influence are natural leaders, although often covertly. The Jezebel spirit attempts to seek out people of influence to win their ear, gain credibility, and win endorsement for their toxic cause. 5. People under Jezebel's influence are often insecure and wounded. What are we talking about? He even agreed to go on and have that interview, and it was broadcast. 5. People under Jezebel's influence are often insecure and wounded with pronounced egocentric needs. They are often trying to fill a love deficit. People under Jezebel's control always have deep, unhealed wounds from sources such as rejection, resistance, fear, insecurity, self-preservation, and bitterness, which in turn spreads its defilement to many. You can ask Chris Rock about that. 6. Jezebel's spirit functions subtly and deceptively. People controlled by Jezebel use flattery to win you over to their domination. Jezebel spirits are masters of manipulation by guilt and undermining or discrediting another's influence. Those under Jezebel's control use flirtation and are extremely jealous of anyone they perceive to be a threat. 7. Ultimately, people under Jezebel's influence are proud, independent, and rebellious. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, 1 Samuel 15:23, and will attempt to control others through any means other than the Holy Spirit. 8. It takes an Ahab to let a Jezebel spirit operate unchallenged. Those under Jezebel's influence do not operate without someone under an Ahab spirit's influence enabling them to function. Well, is that not what Will Smith is doing? He's an enabler to this shit, to her shit. 9. A Jezebel spirit is always in alignment with a religious spirit. Both Jezebel in the Old Testament and Revelation in the New Testament operated under the cover of religion. Its religious deeds are done for all to see. True and pure spiritual gifts attract people. All right. 10. The families of people under Jezebel's influence are often out of order. Let me tell you something. In case you all didn't know, a lot of people in Hollywood cannot stand the Smith family. Even those that were close friends to the Smiths, and I have I've watched videos on this. They don't want anything else to do with them. One, the big complaint was their spoiled ass kids. Even Sony executives, Ammonites, complained and keep their distance. Yes. 10. The families of people under Jezebel's influence are often out of order. Those under Jezebel's influence control their partners and cause their children to take sides, grow up insecure, disrespect their fathers, feel manipulated, and become distrustful toward true authorities. Let's go a little bit further, because she's going to talk about this dress.
The Jezebel of the highest order, and if a man did this with his with his daughter's friend, none of y'all would be like, oh, well, how was he feeling, and how was it, and what happened? We wouldn't give him any passes. Ladies, let's reverse it. If this was Willow's friend, that Will Smith decided to interview Jada Pinkett on his show he had, and he's the bottom actor, and she's like a superstar, right?
She wouldn't have done this.
No, it doesn't matter. We're giving the exact same example, regardless of what you think.
Okay.
Let's take it as raw, like equal. Let's give it equal, right? You interview, he interviews his wife about how did you feel about my entanglement with our daughter Willow's friend, best friend, and I'm giving details how I piped her down and how all of this. Every woman,
Double
and
standard.
then I'm gonna write a tell-all about you and
Melanie,
Aaliyah,
pull the mic
who
down.
I was in love with back in the day.
Melanie, pull your mic
Oh,
down.
sorry. And Aaliyah, who I was in love with back in the day, because that's what I compare.
I like adding that Aaliyah fact, that Aaliyah Tupac thing. You're like, yeah, of course. That would be so awkward. Will Smith would be run out of the Hollywood industry. Like, he'd be looked at as a predator, really.
Or with Tupac. So Aaliyah, right? In the U.S., I don't know in the U.K. if she was as big as she was in the UK.
Yeah, she's huge.
So Aaliyah, because she died like Tupac.
R.I.P.
So now he's going to write a memoir and speak his truth, live his truth. And he was piping down the daughter's friend. How would y'all feel?
He'd be cancelled immediately. Like, he wouldn't even get a say. Like, he wouldn't even be able to write the tell-all. He wouldn't even get to that point. That's
When they would give him a book deal?
Oh, there was
Hell
Did he even
no.
have a show?
I don't even get
Did he have Red Table
I
Talk?
don't get why Jada's getting a
That'd be
book.
carnage.
I really don't get why she's. If I'm going to be honest, I don't get why she's getting a book.
In the West, in the U.S., we're for the streets.
It was a slap in the face.
Because women are allowed to do
We're for
whatever
the
they want.
streets. And I feel like
That's the
it's also-
society we live in the West, man. That's what it boils down to.
There's no culture
That's
there.
why, let me tell you one thing. The reason that I can even have these conversations and talk about this stuff is because I got women guests. That's why I
That's a
told
fact.
them, don't bring guys on my show. Because I can't have these conversations. If we was all a group of men here
go
talking it,
down.
having it, this
Flames.
show would get cancelled straight away.
So quickly.
Misogyny.
And this is the society we live in. And this is why, I talk to you lot the way I talk to you lot. When you ask me a question, I'll tell you the straight up answer, whether you like it or not. Because this is the only space that men can really talk this way. Because women tend to lie to other women. The way Melanie talking to you now is refreshing. It's like, wow, I can't believe she's saying it. Because
Hella-
women usually lie to each
hella
other.
refreshing.
You don't lie to each other all the time. Oh, you're fabulous. You look great in that dress. No, you don't.
Because the media has lied to us and want us to lie to each other, especially black women.
Yeah, that's
Facebook gave Jada Pinkett a platform as a black woman, and it felt empowering,
true.
right?
It did until
Right?
it went left.
Until she decided to destroy the black man. They used her as a weapon
They
to
did.
destroy. We love Will Smith.
I still love Will, man.
Sounds like another woman that was given a platform decided to use it against its use. Oprah, remember that? I'm sure there were some comparisons between the Red Table Talk and Oprah, and how things went and what the Red Table Talk could have been if it wasn't derailed by incidents of, what did Marlon say? March 9th, 2022.
I want him to get out.
I want him to heal.
Approximately 10:24 p.m. on the East Coast, which is 7:24 p.m. on the West Coast.
Truly.
It's
But
get
really,
out.
I don't know if I quoted it perfect.
Free will. Free will.
And then the worst part of it. Hold on. Hey! Listen, and the worst part of it is, then Will went and slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Attack another black
That
man.
was that's when I was like, nah. I was like, nah.
Wow.
Are you
How you
seeing
gonna
the
defend
agenda
her
of this?
like for that? Like,
What did I say before?
man.
It's all
Another
an
black.
And that's for all the women that say, there's no way you can blame Jada for any of this. No, Jada is
I just read one.
deeply entrenched in this, and part of the reason why everybody saw that. It was a cumulative thing. There's no reason for Will to just jump up and slap somebody if he doesn't have the backstory of not defending his family and not, and trying to please Jada. You know what I'm saying?
Forget that.
But no,
I feel
it's
like,
a disrespect to us.
So yeah, he's
It's
simping.
black women, and black women were cheering about this, like he was protecting
black
his
women?
woman.
What black-
Oh, in
No,
the U.S.,
Plenty of them.
they say he is protecting black women by going up and slapping another black man in front of the world.
Do you know what scares me the most about
I'm
the situation?
embarrassed. I'm so ashamed.
I was
the
upset.
secondhand cringe
Yeah,
I was
is
upset when I
so
saw that.
strong. I just hate it.
What scares me the most about the situation is Jada's okay with bringing Will down and all of this.
Yes, because she's a narcissist.
Will
In my
Smith's
opinion.
career, image,
She
don't
everything
care.
down.
Not that.
She
That's
was in
scary.
love with Tupac, and she's still in love with
She's
Tupac.
still in
And
love.
Tupac
She's in love
was
with
engaged
Tupac,
to another Kadada Jones, Quincy Jones' daughter. He said, "I don't want you. We grew up together, but you was always in the friend
Jada?
zone." Yes.
Oh.
He was engaged to another woman. She had her daughter by Will Smith writing letters to Tupac.
That was dead.
That was that,
He's
yeah.
been dead for like 20
about
years.
how I miss you, I love
Why was
you.
Willow doing this?
You could have been my father.
Oh.
No, that's mad.
Cringe.
Listen,
No. But there are black
this.
women who will still say, why don't black men protect us? Why don't black men do this?
There you go.
And you support Jada Pinkett?
I don't support.
And let your daughter write letters to
I
a
didn't know
dead
about all
man
of this, so
who
I'm
never
gonna-
loved you?
I never knew this, but this is crazy.
No, do the research.
this
and
is-
I
this
feel
is
like
out
people,
there.
yeah,
This is
this
out
is
there.
common knowledge.
This is out there.
I never knew about
No, she's not even for the streets, she's for the cemetery.
She's.
Oh, and you got your daughter from another man who was a great black man in our eyes. And you destroyed. Will Smith was a king. The Fresh Prince. He was a Prince of Bel-Air. Think about the psychological damage
He's
that
going
she's
through a
done to
lot of
him
mental
by
battle.
doing all of that to him.
But I don't
when he
blame
felt
him
like he
for it,
had
though.
to.
It's not his
She
fault.
looked the Wicked Witch of the West with her bald head and that green dress.
why
She
look
looked
for her head?
evil. She looked like a
Oh.
demon. Look up the pictures. She looks like a demon.
There was an episode
From that
Oscars.
Oscars.
Let's not come for
No,
her
it's not about that. But the fact is, it was even the dress, like the look.
But let's not focus.
I'm sorry. It's a spirit reading.
I hear you.
The spirit, I felt like it was
Spirit
a spirit
reading, what
upon her.
do you mean?
Not a spirit reading, but like, you know how energy? You just read energy.
Energy, let's go!
We talk about
Let's
energy.
go!
Energy. Look at her at the Oscars that year. The dress, even the color, it was this high collar, like almost Wicked Witch of the West dress.
I know
It
what you're
wasn't
talking
feminine
about. I
and
know what you're
soft
talking
and
about
cute.
still.
Like, you got no hair, you can work it. My
can't
friends are
remember the dress,
actresses who they bald headed. And they look like a bomb feminine woman. She came in with this, look at the dress, it's hideous. It looks like something grandmother of the bride, who is a demon, decided to wear.
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta make
know
sure
how
you
many
say it
women
properly.
want a man who makes nearly $100 million a year?
Good.
And
Anyway.
he's Will Smith? And he's tall?
Fire. One thing you can say about Melanie, she's passionate and she's good for TV.
Yeah, and
Definitely gonna give you.
And I'm gonna leave it right there. You only got about a little less than 3 minutes. But yeah, I just felt that you needed to see the majority of this clip to be able to take it all in its context. All right, that's some fucked up shit. All right. Hey, so with that, until the next video, shalom.